we're going to get to a couple of Hogs reactions to the recent Trump charges, the recent indictments. This comes from our good friend Michelle on Star Left. I would definitely follow her. She posts a lot of great stuff. It mostly regards like Texas, but every now and again, no. She mostly covers Texas, but she does cover a lot of stuff as well. But something that she does really well is especially when we get a lot of big hog reactions like this. But especially when it comes to like the Trump stuff, we always get great threads like this. So let's just take a look at all.
Why can't 30 million of us, 40 million of us, drive to Washington, D.C.? I know it's a long way for me. I live in Oregon, so...
Okay, that's your first problem. You live in Oregon. So probably just get out of Oregon, and you'll probably be a lot better.
All I need is gas, food, and water. That's all I need. That's all I need. That's all we all need to get there. Get there, just sleep in your car, set up shop, right there at the White House. You know, what are they going to do if 20, 30 million people converge on the White House at Washington, D.C.?
Is that a Spider-Man figure on his little table? Like, he has all this, like, all these flags, all this, like, military stuff, and then he's got a Spider-Man figure just right there. Which, no shame. I like Spider-Man too, obviously. But at the same time, like, it kind of takes away from your message a little bit when you just got Spider-Man hanging out right there.
Demand Joe Biden resign. Demand Kamala Harris resign.
Camilla.
What are they going to do? We the people. They work for us. They're not in charge of us. 81 million people did not vote for that person. Didn't happen. No chance. There's no chance of it. So what's stopping us? In 1932, Herbert Hoover, veterans came back from World War, and they were back from World War I, and they were promised a bonus payment, and they never received their bonus payment. They ended up getting it back in 1936, 1938. They got issued their payment. But they went up to D.C., set up shop at the White House, protested, set up camp, had food and everything. And you know what Herbert Hoover did? He ordered tanks in to clear them out. He ordered the army in to clear them out. He ordered the army to come in and clear fellow veterans, fellow army, Marines, whatever, out.
It's almost like there's a very considerable difference between veterans not getting what they're owed and just a bunch of weird-ass hogs just upset because their boy lost, and they don't know how to count, apparently. It seems like there's a big considerable difference. It seems like when you're talking about the veterans, they were definitely in the right, and Hoover was definitely in the wrong. When you're talking about this, you're just a bunch of nut jobs.
Destroy the camps. You can watch it. There's video of it. They set fire to it. They used pew-pews on them. 2 were unalived.
Okay, I already kind of saw some of this because I also watched Hassan's video where he did some of this. But I'm going to try to cover a lot more of the stuff that, a lot more of these TikToks than he covered. But it is very funny that this guy, who's just like, yeah, we should set up camp at the White House because we're mad that our poor orange president lost. He's just like following the guidelines of TikTok. Like, he can't say guns, he can't say, kill. I'm not even sure if I can say that on YouTube. Who knows? But, like, it's just so funny that, like, he's just like, he's trying to be this big, puff my chest out kind of guy. The one who will go straight to the man and tell him how it is. But he's also like, they're saying they're pew-pews and they're gonna unalive us. Like, just weird.
There's nothing our government will not do to us. And here's the thing. They have the military behind them because these men are so scared that, I'm going to go to Leavenworth if I don't do what they tell me to do. Well, do you think the Nazis Thought that too. Just following order.
This is something that a lot of these like weird ass dudes, even like Gina, what's her fucking name? Gina Carano, the girl who got like fired off the Mandalorian. Who got fired off the Mandalorian? Didn't she do a whole? Didn't the reason she got fired is because she compared being a Republican in the U.S. like nowadays to being a Jew during when the Nazis took over, like during the Third Reich. Like they just desperately want to be marginalized. They desperately want to feel like they are the victims of something that they benefit from. Like this entire system that we have here in the United States directly benefits people like this. And now, not everyone, as we'll see, you can tell like not everyone benefits from this. But like, you have better odds than most people. And it's just like, some people get left behind. And that sucks, unfortunately. But like, you're crying because you don't get enough, you don't get more privilege than you already have, it feels like. You just want to be marginalized so bad because you lived your entire life being on top. Alright, let's cover this.
Y'all do realize we're not going to be able to vote our way out of this tyranny.
Get a goddamn mic, first of all.
They're not going to have it. They've committed too many crimes. They're exposed.
Like, how did
They
you make
know
this video
The power has.
and then listen back to it and it was like, yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Another indictment.
Another indictment.
Alright, TikTok, this is getting ridiculous what they're doing to Trump. Another indictment. This is ridiculous. How the fuck can you get away with doing another indictment?
It's almost like he's such an obvious criminal that you can do multiple indictments on him.
Really? What has he done wrong? Not a fucking thing, but made our...
He did everything right and they indicted him.
I did everything right and they indicted me.
Oh my god, I remember this one.
If you think our government is a gang of cock goblin tyrants like I do, one, we're friends now.
Okay, if you have this type of hair, I don't feel like you have the right to call anyone a cock goblin. Alright, you're a pretty boy, man. You have too pretty of a hair to not be a cock goblin. Let's be honest. We all know you're doing some side cock goblin activities. We know you're out there being a goblin for cocks, man. With this hair alone.
Now, and two, we need to be ready for any shit grenades that our government overlords throw at us. Now, if I had to guess, most of you guys who watch my videos...
It honestly kind of looks like he's taking a lot of shit grenades to the face. He has like a permanent stink face where he's just kind of like... It looks like he's constantly smelling something bad. He's just like, oh, something's terrible right now, but I gotta make this stupid ass TikTok. Ugh.
probably already have freedom machines, but a really good addition to add to your bug out bag is the Henry U.S. Survival...
You gotta love it when these guys add in a little bit of a sponsorship to it. Like, I'm gonna be like super bigoted and dumb and support my man Trump, but I'm also gonna make some fucking money. Adult language. You have to add in the disclaimer for adult language.
The jerk-offness and the stupidity in this country has reached its peak. It is about the First fucking Amendment. It is not about Donald Trump. He has a First Amendment fucking right.
Yeah, he does.
You fucking ass.
But it's almost as if this isn't about his First Amendment right. And it's almost like that stuff is kind of trifled on, too. Especially when you incite a riot. You know. Which is what he did. Literally before they stormed the Capitol, Trump and Rudy Giuliani, who is currently being like, I think he has a lawsuit right now over like a gross shit he did with like a secretary or like a PA, which I don't even want to get into it because he's such a fucking goober and it's so disgusting. Like, Rudy Giuliani, in that speech before they stormed the Capitol, literally said they should have trial by combat. And like, that's not even covering like the shit that Trump said that like obviously would spark violence in his own fan base. Like, This is just insane. This isn't about like First Amendment right. This is like inciting violence and like actually inciting violence, not just having some meet and greet where some people just get out of control and it shouldn't really be your fault. But like, this is whatever.
If a chipmunk bit his own fucking nutbag, they'd indict Donald Trump for that. Do you understand what they are
That's one way to put it.
Next they come after me.
Next they come after me because I haven't paid my taxes for 10 years.
Answer to nobody except the First Amendment.
So you... Wait, what? I don't take any answers from nobody except the First Amendment. What is that supposed to mean?
22, right?
Oh my god.
You're aware of all this shit going on, but you can't do nothing about it. I feel you, dude. I'm in the same boat. The answer is you don't stop going to work. You keep going like nothing's wrong. For the sake of the rest of the people around you, the people that depend on you. You can't stop working. I'm not saying...
Those are just like... He's still very much hog behavior because he's just like, yeah, all this stuff is crazy, man. All this stuff is crazy. Yeah, I want to participate in an insurrection, but I have work tomorrow. It's like, oh god, I really hate that they're overturning our government. But I also need to get paid.
We can't afford our rent. We can't afford our prescriptions. We can't afford insulin.
Yeah, which is all a great point. But let's see what this guy has to say about it.
Seems like a lot of pissed off humans in that video. I bet you there's a lot more.
Okay, this guy definitely spends too much time on Reddit.
We don't need to wake anybody up anymore. Have y'all hit your line in the sand yet? Are you done serving your oppressors? And they're right. And I'm guilty of it too. And my ego would say, well, I went to Ottawa. I had snipers on my back. But we went home. That's what I keep saying the problem is.
What the fuck is
Now,
this?
we've seen the riots, the revolutions in other places on Earth. And lies are being told about it to keep us, mainly in North America, Australia, and the UK, suppressed.
What the fuck is this guy on
Fear
about?
as to what will happen when we do rise up together.
I guess he's also trying to say that the insurrection was, you know, Antifa as well. But, like, I don't know. This feels like more like a monologue that he's trying to give instead of being like, oh, here's my problem with everything.
Or in disbelief as to what's going on.
He definitely had a script that he's reading off of. That's what he's doing, like, right here. That's my guarantee. Like, he's going back to, like, look at that script. Yep.
Suppressed. Either
Or it's just like, yeah, he definitely like planned this out. He was just like I'm gonna say this, and then I'll look away to give a dramatic pause, and then look back. Like, it's like a lot of what these guys do. They're just failed theater kids. I mean, Ben Shapiro is a failed theater kid, but like a lot of these guys are like, are probably someone who are probably someone that in high school really wanted to do theater, but like made fun of theater kids a lot. I don't know. Like, it's giving me such, like, dorky vibes for someone who tries to seem so big and tough.
fear as to what will happen when we do rise up together, or in disbelief as to what's going on. France being a great example.
Oh, it's the pensions. They're all just a bunch of wussies complaining about 2 extra years.
That's not what's fucking going on. I'm ready for this worldwide revolution. And I want to know, what is it going to take to get everybody else out in the streets?
Okay, I don't need to hear your goddamn anime villain monologue.
Just
Oh
so
my
everyone
god. Of course they have this goddamn music in the background.
knows, the American society, the patriots in America, the veterans of America, are resisting. They are resisting the establishment's plan. And Washington, D.C. is in full-on panic mode. They thought that arresting Donald Trump and smearing his name,
Just, like I said before, it's this theater kid vibes. Ugh. God, what the fuck? Look, I know I'm playing Marvel Spider-Man later, but I didn't expect the Rhino to show up this soon.
I have a question. We all know who's
I have a question too. What the fuck happened to your head?
doing the things to the world and who's pushing for events to happen in the world. My question is, why are they still walking the earth? Why are they still here?
I don't know. I don't know why the cone heads are still here, but I also don't know why you're talking to them as if you're not one of them. I'm gonna be honest.
I have a question.
Oh. That was it. Thought there was more to that.
Always referred to as being the left, and Republicans are always referred to as being on the right. That comes from the Bible.
What?
The Bible says that a wise man's heart leans to the right, and a fool's heart leans to the left. That's God's word, man.
Well, it's a good thing I don't believe in God. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. The Bible told me to vote for Trump? Yeah, I guess.
So I'm curious.
that doesn't surprise me. There's literally people who are like, Trump is God's chosen president or some shit like that.
So I'm curious. With everything going on right now in our country, anybody else kind of wondering what we're supposed to be doing? I mean,
I don't know.
It's become painfully obvious that our government is trying to destroy everything that's wholesome and good about our country. I just keep wondering what we're supposed to do. Where does it start? And I'm asking because
I don't know, like vote for people who will actually like spend the right amount of money on like public services that actually benefit the public as a whole, regardless of class. Vote for people who will like, justifiably go after the rich and tax them. That way we can get the money to like go into public services. But I don't think that's what he's talking about. I think he's just like, how can we get a president who will be like more, will prosecute more minorities more.
I'd like somebody to maybe give me some comments and fill me in. Because I feel like we're reaching a point where we as a people need to do something. It's time for us to...
What the fuck?
Indicted Donald Trump on conspiracy to fraud with time, and as expected, a federal grand jury in D.C. where nobody can get a fair trial, just like New York, indicted Donald Trump on conspiracy to fraud, witness tampering, conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding, and conspiracy against the right.
I love these hashtags. Trump 2020, Trump 2024, Trump train, MAGA, Ultra MAGA, Nuclear MAGA. And I don't even know what this is. It's like MAGA do something?
Rights of citizens. There's a reason why they say you can indict a ham sandwich, and it's because it's all one-sided. Donald Trump doesn't get to present any evidence. He doesn't get to question any of this. It's just the way indictments work. This is election interference on the highest level, okay?
It definitely wasn't election interference when he literally called up, what was it, like a governor, and be like, we need like this a specific amount of votes to come in. And like it was like this specific amount of votes plus one to come in. That's what we need. He definitely wasn't trying to interfere with the election at all. That's not election interference. No, indicting him is election interference, apparently.
Several years of the Russia hoax, this is the only way that they can go after him. This is the only way that they could stop Donald Trump from winning the nomination and becoming president of the United States again.
I mean, he can still run. That's the thing. He can still run for president.
The game is rigged, folks. They don't want Biden running in 2024 either. So what are they going to do?
Because he also sucks. We just don't want either of them. That's what like most people want.
They impeach him. They're going to remove him from office. They're going to continue the indictments on Hunter, and they're going to install the puppets that they know are going to do their bidding. This will also allow them to...
What?
To be like, well, look, they went after both Trump and Biden. The DOJ is not biased. I'm going to
be honest, I don't really think they're going to go after Joe, but that's mostly because I don't think he's not as, like, shameless as of being a criminal as Donald Trump is. That's the thing. Like, a lot of presidents are criminals. But, like, the reason why Trump is so, like... The reason why he's probably even getting indicted is because he's so shamelessly being a criminal. Like, he will show documents he didn't declassify and just show them to random people, even though he knows he's not supposed to have them. And he was just saying this openly. I guess. Ew.
Like me are willing to go to no fucking.
Oh no, not Gen X.
This goes out to all you piece of shit PDF file ass.
You know, wait, hold on. I think you spelled generations wrong, man. Generation, whatever the fuck you're supposed to say here. I think you spelled it wrong. Maybe you need to go back to school. Also, for someone who's in Gen X, you look like you're a goddamn baby boomer.
Corrupt motherfucking politicians. Maybe you motherfuckers should have waited till all of us Gen X motherfuckers were long gone and buried before you decided to play the serious game.
Is he New York or something? Does he have like a New York accent? Is he trying to like... Is he from like St... It sounds like a combination of like a New York accent with like St. Louis. What is this shit?
The less fucks we give and the more we're willing to fucking sacrifice to take care of our fucking families and our fucking children. You motherfuckers continue to fucking play this game and not understanding. Fucking Americans like me, patriots like me, are willing to go to no fucking end.
Oh god, he has the Jason Aldean song in the background, of course.
Presidency, and he does come back. First thing he's going to do is not put up the wall. He's not going to open up the pipelines again. He's not coming to save your gas stove at the first chance he gets. NATO's fair share?
Oh my god,
Get on
the
the back
gas
burner.
fucking stove,
Ukraine,
Jesus.
Russia war? I ain't going near it. What he's gonna
Just
do...
like I'm not allowed to go near kindergarten after I got caught piss on it in the nighttime. Just like I'm not allowed to go near my children because I lost the divorce court. And now I'm no longer allowed to see them because of my ex-wife, Deborah.
is go after everybody named Biden. Clinton, Obama, Brennan, Clapper, Page, Strzok, Comey, all of them. And he has every right to go after you guys. You put his life through lies and hell. I'm coming after you, Murdoch. And he's gonna do it. Oh, yeah.
What the fuck? This guy has like Rambo in the like bottom part of this. Like, this is not someone who's gonna be charging into battle. Like, he's gonna try to charge into battle, and then he's gonna get tired and pass out. He's gonna have to take some sort of medication to, like, you know, downplay the pain that's going on in his knee after like the multiple surgeries it had.
Okay, listen up, America. This is definitely something serious that I have to tell you. And you should like and definitely share, because this is something that's gonna, if you don't understand it, it's gonna scare the hell out of you.
Yeah, this is something I definitely want to share with my entire family.
So, first off, when Donald Trump tells his party, the MAGA, to go ahead and default, his agenda is only one thing: make their current presidency look stupid or look bad. But he doesn't think things through, obviously, because look at all the things that he's already...
I can't really pay attention to what this guy is saying. It feels like his neck and his chin, or lack of thereof, is moving more than he is. It's moving more than his mouth is.
done. He don't think things through because of the Taj Mahal, the businesses, the colleges that he started, everything. He doesn't think things through at all. But let me tell you, we think things through. Let me give you...
Yeah, you definitely thought this through when you set up this video with this very awkward pose. Like, he's kind of sitting like this. It literally looks like you, it looks like you really thought this through.
Going to try to convict Donald Trump for the January 6th thing now. It's obvious that he is doing something right because they keep piling charges on him.
Yeah, that really shows how you're doing something right. When you keep getting charges on you, that's, yeah. Everyone knows you're in the right when you keep getting charges put against you.
For all the crimes against humanities.
Yeah, anytime like someone gets accused of SA and then a bunch of other people come out with their own stories of how that person SA'd them, that means that person that was accused is actually doing something right. That's how you know they're doing something right, when a bunch of people accuse them of SA.
What they've done. Well, if you don't exercise your body...
But even then, I don't think that would be that surprising coming from someone whose tag name is Jason with a felony.
Your muscles go weak. And if you don't exercise your voice, you'll lose it.
He's like, I
If you
committed
don't
so much
exercise
tax
your
fraud
freedoms, they'll take
that I obviously did something
So
right.
exercise this. I believe we
I
need
had
to have
so
another
many
march.
DUIs that obviously I'm doing something right. Oh God.
Welcome back.
I saw this when I was scrolling through the first time. Trigger warning, by the way. Just in general. I saw this for the first time and I had such a reaction to it. I wish I was recording at the time. I literally saw this and I was just like, ugh. This scarred me for life. Ugh, God.
Hi, TikTok. Welcome back. It's Radical Rose with a message on the definition of hypocrisy. J-O-E-B-I-D-E-N and his son Hunter.
Oh, she's staring into my soul.
Let me tell you what this president did. He put into effect $88 million to go to IRS,
God.
to the Internal Revenue
Looking
Service.
at her feels like you're getting stared at by the Ghost Rider when he's doing the penance stunts and he's making you like relive all your sins. That's what this feels like. Ugh, I can't look at this anymore.
We know what's going on.
Oh my God.
I don't have to review it in every
Look at this fucking wall decor and look how he is dressed. Look, they all got like these little like what? These little umbrellas. I thought they were like mushroom heads for a second. And like these pink flowers and like this little like cute little bed decor, but he's dressed up in military gear in a skull mask. Trying to give like an anime villain monologue.
We know the corruption.
He's obviously putting on a
We
voice too,
know
and it's so
the tyrants
bad and obvious. It's someone. It sounds like someone trying to do a bad
what they are
Batman
doing
voice.
and shoving down our throats. When are we going to stand up? I'm sick.
I can't take this guy seriously.
I'm sick of Americans being
Oh my God.
so star-spangled fucking awesome just for specific dates.
Oh God, I can't. I'm not even paying attention to what he's saying. He's just so fucking ridiculous. Oh, I remember this guy. He was the guy who kind of like stuttered through his entire video and was kind of like,
Mr. Trump, I'm a lifelong Republican, and I'm one of your supporters. I believe you have the right plan, but I believe that you're dragging ass, and I believe that you're misidentifying to us what you're doing.
this. Oh my God, like, he doesn't know you, bro. He doesn't know you, little bro. Like, I love that he honestly thinks that this is gonna get out to Donald Trump, and he's gonna see it and be like, "Damn, I'm really doing my fan base a disservice." Like, he doesn't fucking care.
You're throwing us off too. Your supporters are becoming more and more frustrated with you, dragging your feet on taking action against the deep state. You've got 500,000.
It's almost like it was all bullshit that he made up to get you all to follow him in the first place.
Indictments. You've got the courts in the tribunals ready to go, and you're not moving. And this nation is being torn apart, and the people are hurting financially, and you're doing nothing. Okay? So it's time for you to get moving.
At least you
There's
see
not
some
gonna be no
resistance here, even
2024
though it is
election.
very like it's very sad to watch.
These people or comments. So I keep seeing these people or comments about all the crimes that are being committed by Biden and all these people in Congress and Hunter. They're all saying nothing's ever going to happen, never does. Well, things are happening, guys. I found the list, the Gitmo list, like
Okay,
30.
let's see. Oh,
I'll tell y'all the truth about something.
that's gonna give you lung cancer.
Making all these videos like I do for these Democrats, oh, it ain't easy like y'all think. No, it ain't. Because I got to act ignorant, and I got to get under their skin.
Just you're too worried about getting under Democrats' skin when you should be worried about your husband trying to divorce you, and your kids probably being in some mud hole or something, shit like that.
So y'all, if you can't stand me, you ain't alone. I can't stand myself half the time. But well, I gotta do it. I gotta do it.
I can't stand myself. It's almost like I'm fucking annoying.
Who else is gonna be here to act up a fool like this to get under their skin and let them know how much we don't like them. You gotta appreciate this fucking crazy shit, man. Now suck it up. Let's do what we gotta do.
God.
Get
I don't know how hard it is to piss off liberals.
For that information that they said Obama bought 30,000 guillotines and nobody knows why. I know why. He bought it for us.
What? They bought me. Dude, I don't think your big ass head is gonna fit into any guillotine, nor do I think those guillotines exist.
Your media news organizations that you basically worship every single day are openly attacking a movement.
Yeah, everyone knows that, like, every liberal or anyone on the left just goes straight up to CNN, any CNN building, and they just bow down to it. We all know that. Isn't it obvious? Isn't that something we all do? We all go to the CNN building once we wake up in the morning, no matter where we are in the world, and we just go down and bow to it.
Movie about child sex trafficking.
Oh,
you aren't the good guys. Get that through your fucking heads.
Oh yeah, you mean the... Oh god. Oh shit. I need to find it. We're gonna do it after we get to this thread. I'm gonna see how much more... How much more we had to sit through. Let's see. How many of these are there? What the fuck?
After all...
Let's take a look at this tattoo right here. The fuck is that?
Dude.
Oh my god, are those horns? What the fuck? Oh my god. At least he's trying to do something with his bald head.
Dude, after all the things that came out today...
Is that a teardrop? Is that a teardrop tattoo?
Find you again. Communist. Eliminate.
It's the communists that's doing these folks. It's all those damn commies. They're the ones who are going after our dear old Trump. I need to turn this up. Let's listen to this again.
I'll remind you again. Communist.
Communist.
Eliminate their political rivals.
Do they? I think that's just... I think that's pretty similar to, like, a lot of political parties.
They neutralize them.
It's almost like America has, like, had a big history of eliminating, like, leaders in other countries that they didn't like, that were, like, against them. And then, putting a political puppet in charge instead, and it backfired on them. Okay, alright, let's see if I can find it. It was like a sound, the guy who made the Sound of Freedom. He got charged. Oh, here we go. We'll listen to what Tizzy said about it.
Like a week or so back, I did a video about Sound of Freedom and why I don't support it. And the thing that I find most troubling about people who do support it is they seem to treat it like it's some sort of a litmus test. Like if you don't support the film, at least you don't care about child trafficking. At worst, you are a child predator yourself. And the problem with that is it surmises if you do support the film, then you're a good person and you don't do those things. And life simply isn't that black and white. That's about as effective as the old witch trials were. Like, we're going to bind you and dump you in a lake. If you drown, good news, you're not a witch. But if you burst out of the water and fly off into the night, you were a witch. No one stopped to think that that test was 100% fatal only to non-witches. But I'd even go so far as to argue there are people who support the film as cover. Like this man, California pastor and former Christian school teacher Barry Fike, who posted about Sound of Freedom, how important it is and how we all need to support it, all while he was sending explicit images of himself to what he thought was a 15-year-old child who he was arranging to meet for sex. But hey, he's not involved in the movie. He just shared a post about it. And he's not like Fabian Marta, who is featured in the credits of Sound of Freedom and was online bragging about how he helped rescue it from Disney as an angel investor. He put up very real money to get it away from Disney and to get it distributed. If you saw the movie, you saw it in part because of Fabian. You know what else Fabian did?
Sound of Freedom, you know, the movie, funder Fabian Marta, who grooms women and girls into all ages sugar baby, sugar daddy parties, has been arrested for felony child kidnapping.
That's right. Child kidnapping. And not like some sort of custody battle thing. The statute he's charged under includes removing an unrelated child from their parent without their consent, including confining the child. This is a very serious felony involving a non-family member under the age of 14. It has a minimum sentence of 10 years with a potential life sentence.
And this is someone who helped the movie Get Out, too. This is someone who very much helped the movie Get Out. And this isn't even talking about like how a lot of people involved with that movie are like QAnon supporters, or at least like supporters of QAnon conspiracies. Like, the movie's full of bullshit. People who are actual experts in sex trafficking have even called the movie out, saying that it only really supports QAnon conspiracies and doesn't really give a realistic portrayal of what sex trafficking is.